Kissing, the Revolution, and the Major League Baseball All-Star Game are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is July 6th, 2021. It is the 187th day of the year. We got 178 days left in this year. It is 27th Tuesday of the 28th week and the 16th day of summer. We got 78 days until fall. If today's your birthday, you are a Cancer. Today is International Kissing Day. Sounds like a solid day to have. International Kissing Day seeks to appreciate the physical act of kissing. The act of kissing is known to release chemicals in your brain that promote pleasure and relaxation. These chemicals also reduce stress. This day aims to encourage everyone to rediscover the pleasures of kissing. It also aims to raise awareness about the different kinds of kissing, for example, when meeting a friend. So I don't think they're really talking about tongue kissing or anything like that. You know, the French or Europeans will kiss on each cheek as they meet each other. People kiss each other's hands when they're being formal and I guess romantic, you know, things like that. These days, not a lot of kissing's going on because of the pandemic. Maybe we'll get back to kissing eventually. All right, let's see what else July 6th has given us. 1777, the American Revolutionary War, the siege of Fort Ticonderoga. After a bombardment by British artillery under General James Bergeron, American forces retreat from Fort Ticonderoga in New York. 1887, King David Kalakaua, monarch of the Kingdom of Hawaii, is forced to sign the Bayonet Constitution, which transfers much of the king's authority to the legislature of the Kingdom of Hawaii. My apologies if the pronunciation is off. I've tried like 10 times. I don't feel like I got it each time. 1933, the first Major League Baseball All-Star Game is played in Chicago's Kaminsky Park. The American League defeats the National League 4-2. I didn't know it started way back in 1933. 1940, the Story Bridge formally opens. This is a major landmark in Brisbane, Australia. It's also Australia's longest cantilever bridge. It's actually pretty impressive, especially when you consider it was put up way back in 1940. 1962, The Late Show, the world's longest-running chat show by the same broadcaster, airs on RTE1 for the first time. 1986, Davis Finney becomes the first American cyclist to win a road stage of the Tour de France. 2013, a Boeing 777 crashes at San Francisco International Airport, killing 3 and injuring 181 of the 307 people on board. Now, I was looking it up, but I remember when this happened, I really couldn't find any details about it. I think it was more or less a urban legend or something like that, but a lot of the people that were injured were laying on the ground outside of it. They were hit by like ambulances and stuff, or one of the fire trucks. It was weird. I remember reading about this. I couldn't find anything else on it, so I think it's just an urban legend, but that's pretty interesting. What happened with this one, they decided were several mistakes by the flight crew, including an autopilot function that they had on. The tail end of the plane hit the seawall going into the airport, and that just caused the plane to crash. If you've ever flown into San Francisco, there's a big seawall there at the end, and the ocean's right there. And every time I've looked out, I feel like we almost hit it, but oh well. 2013, a 73-car oil train derails in the town of Lac-Mégantic. It's in Quebec, so that's obviously a French name for the town. From this point on, we'll just refer to it as the town, so I don't have to struggle through that. On July 6th, around midnight or 1 a.m., just outside of town, there is a train filled with millions of liters of crude oil. It's got no crew or anything. It was just parked there like they've done many times before. The problem is the crew didn't properly engage the handbrake, so this train started rolling towards town. This was around 1 a.m. in the morning, so it's almost like this was a good thing, because if this happened during the day, it could have been so much worse. The only real business that was open and the only place anyone was at the Musique Cafe, which was a local place where all the townspeople would go to at night. It's only a town of 6,000 people. As the train got closer to town, it had picked up steam and finally derailed in the center of town, right behind the Musique Cafe. It exploded, killing at least 47 people and destroying more than 30 buildings in the town's central area. This was the first tragedy. The second tragedy, what a lot of the town folk think, is how in their emotional state, the different representatives from the legal system here in the United States, because the train was owned by a Chicago-based company, company. They felt they were victimized to sign paperwork and things like that while they just lost a loved one. They were not mentally there. They hadn't even collected all the bodies, and there were these people called case runners where they come there and try and get you to sign up with these law firms and stuff like that. A lot of the people that were victims of this or had family members that died feel that they were victimized. Now, there were some law firms that were involved that helped. And I'm not saying all of them were bad, but there was a lot of anger towards a lot of people that were involved in the legal side of this, as you can imagine. Movies released on July 6, 2018, we got Ant-Man and Wasp. Yeah, one of my favorite comic books from the 1980s when I was younger and I read comic books all the time. It became a movie. It was pretty good. I don't know if it was as good because I really liked the comic book as a kid or it was just good. A lot of people say it wasn't that good, but I thought it was great. Born on July 6th, 1937, Ned Beatty. Sadly, he just died on June 13th of this year, almost a month ago. He got his big break on the screen in Deliverance. And if you've ever seen the movie Deliverance, it had Burt Reynolds and Jon Voight, along with Ned Beatty, like I'd said. And there's some businessmen that decide to go on a canoeing trip in the deepest part of Georgia. Well, it gets a little weird, and they run into some backwoods folks. Poor Ned Beatty got the worst of it. If you've never seen the movie, I'm not going to tell you what happened to Ned Beatty, but it wasn't pretty. Died on July 6th. Just last year, we lost Charlie Daniels, American singer, songwriter, fiddle player, and guitarist. I did not know he played the guitar. He is known for his contributions to Southern rock, country, and bluegrass music. He died at the age of 83 due to a hemorrhage from a stroke. Now, he is famous for that song Devil Went Down to Georgia that was big like in the late 70s, early 80s. But 83, that's a good run. My great-grandmother always used to say any day over 60 is a gift from God for being a good person. So I thought that was nice. She always said that. I'm just hoping to make it to 59. All right. That's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, be productive, be nice to each other.